Hello everybody and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. In today's video, we're going to be figuring out whether you should summon on Ganyu or Zhongli, and if you should summon at all. If you should summon at all, that would be just yes. Before we do get into this video, you guys please subscribe. Currently we're at 202 subscribers, so if you want to make it 203, you want to be the 203rd subscriber, subscribe. And let's get into the video. Should you summon at all? It's yes. Like, you aren't going to be hurt. I don't understand how some people can say that Zhongli makes Spiral Abyss impossible, when if you add him to a team, he basically prevents you from dying at any point, and the only times you die are like from corrosion and the new enemies, and even then his shield makes the new enemies damage get reduced. So Zhongli as a character, I think he's the best character in the game. Obviously over time he's probably gonna age because they are starting to introduce more characters that don't care about your shields, and I think that's the worst decision ever, but that's just my opinion. Ganyu, she's just factually a strong DPS. Like, you cannot go wrong with Ganyu. She hits like a truck. If you use Melt Ganyu, she does like 200k per charge shot. You cannot go wrong with summoning on Ganyu at all. So, the real thing that you were going to look at here is the 4 stars. Xingqiu, quite literally, like, he's the best 4-star in the game, the most useful, the most valuable, other than Bennett. Honestly, Xingqiu really, most valuable? No, but he's the second most valuable and the second best, I imagine, because he's good for freeze comms and he's good for vaporize, which most characters want to use vaporize because we don't really have a solid cryo for melt, and if we ever did get a cryo Xingqiu, I don't think any other element other than Pyro would be able to be a DPS and have it, unless you have Ganyu scaling of 500% on every charge attack. Yeah, so unless you have Ganyu scaling, Xingqiu as a cryo character, he would break the game. That's why he's a Hydro character. They had to nerf him just that little bit, and he's still that crazy. You cannot go wrong. He works well with Zhongli. If you're using Zhongli as a physical DPS, he will add more damage. But you really don't use Zhongli as a DPS, especially now that enemies hit this, like, enemies hit hard now. So a 20k HP Zhongli, his shield's not going to survive that long, but you can definitely, Zhongli, you can definitely prevent a lot of damage. Zhongli's value has also gone up if you do use Ito and Goro. This basically, he is the slot 2 unit on your team. Some people use Albedo. I don't know why. They think that Ito needs energy. If you just give Goro Favonius Warbow, my Ito is C2, so he gets 18 energy here. Maybe that's the reason why I don't really see it, but you only need a little bit more energy recharge. I think Zhongli is the slot 2 unit on this team. He basically prevents Ito from dying, and you can't really do anything about it. So I don't understand why people say Zhongli has the strongest shield in the game. Don't listen to people say that Diona outscales his shield. Xingqiu can also help with freeze comms for Ganyu if you're going to be using the 4-piece Blizzard Strider, I want to say. That artifact set, the one that gives you a whole bunch of crit rate, yeah, that one. Yeah, he can give you freeze for Ganyu. I think it's with only normal attacks. Yeah, it's only normal attacks, so he works for freeze, but you're going to have to do like a normal attack with Ganyu first, and then you can charge shot, which at C0, it's not too hard, but yeah. You might want Mona for that, so Mona's better for the freeze comp. Mona's better for the freeze comp, but Xingqiu is the second option because there's no other real Hydro characters that really apply Hydro like Xingqiu. If you're doing a freeze comp with Ganyu, you would want Xingqiu on there, if you don't have Mona. Beidou, she works well. I just wish she worked with Raiden. If she worked with Raiden, Raiden and her would be a lot better. But she doesn't work with Raiden, so there's like a couple teams that she works well with. You have Tartaglia's team, and then any Hydro characters from now on, they're going to be using Beidou basically. I think Kokomi uses her if you're using a main DPS Kokomi. Yeah, Beto, she's good, just not insane. She does a lot of damage. Just her new artifact, the new artifact set benefited her. I say new, it's been a while since it's been added, so it's not really that new, but Emblem of Severed Fates is her best artifact set, which basically counters the fact that she was so hard to build with having to use so much energy recharge. Now, Yanfei is the only one that I would say probably not that good, but if you're summoning on Zhongli's banner, you might just have your whole team here. You might, well, maybe not Beto, but you might have Yanfei as your main DPS, Xingqiu, Zhongli, and I guess you could throw Beto on there, but you be able to get your whole team here. She doesn't really work well with Ganyu. Ganyu's a main DPS. Yanfei wants to be a main DPS. She doesn't really have any supportability. You're not really going to get any supportability out of Yanfei. You could get supportability out of Ganyu, though. Ganyu, with her Q uptime, she definitely can do sort of a freeze comp with, like, a couple of characters. Now, for which banner you should summon on, personally, I think Zhongli is the most valuable character in the game. Time will tell how valuable his shield stays. I really hope they stop with this shield, like, they made such a powerful mechanic and then they just threw it out the window as soon as they started adding this stuff that just hits through shields. Like, why are you... It's annoying. So, the safe bet, roll for Ganyu. Not safe bet, you roll for Zhongli. He's still good. He's still in every single one of my teams. Ever since the corrosion effect has gotten added into the game, I've been a little wary about how they're going to handle these characters. If they keep going on with the amount of shield, I don't know how to say it, like shield debuffs, like adding enemies that just don't even care about your shield, they just hit through it, it's going to end up being bad. If they keep going on with that, Zhongli is going to actually become one of the worst characters in the game. And it is very sad. I don't understand, because they had to make healers relevant, and so they're just going to make shields irrelevant. It is annoying to see. So Zhongli, he's never going to be guaranteed, like, with the way that they want to move the game. They added enemies that hit through shields, and then they added more enemies that hit through shields 2 updates in a row. There's no way to tell that Zhongli is going to be good anymore. This might be the reason why they're rerunning him at this point. I can tell you they really are messing up if they keep going with the buffs. What does he have then? If enemies just want to hit through shields and we need to heal, what does Zhongli have then? He decreases the resistance, but it doesn't matter. Like, as it stands now, corrosion is the only thing that actually just straight up hits through the shield. Because the balls that those weird thing fires, I don't know how to describe them. They're the new Inkoku no Miya enemies. The electro balls and the cryo and the hydro balls that they fire at you, if you get hit by it, it goes through your shield. But if you do have a shield on, it reduces the damage you take. So it's not that bad. Zhongli is still useful for them. But in terms of the wolves, he's useful as in to not get hit also. And you will only have to face the draining of your HP. So he's still useful there. But when they add an enemy that's going to hit through the shield, that's what I'm afraid of. An enemy that just doesn't care about your shield, that is basically what the wolves are. Because eventually, I don't know the exact percentages, but it's like 2% every second for corrosion, I think. And it's, I think, 2% of your max health. It's not like Zhao, who, yeah, his tick says 2%, but it really isn't 2%. It's not 2% every second. It's a little less because he's going off of his current HP rather than his max HP. Corrosion, I think, goes off of your max HP because it does a lot of damage. Zhongli, he's getting devalued. It's just how they want to make the game at this point. There's no way. Like, as much as I hate it, I can't do anything about it. Ganyu, however, she's gonna stay relevant forever. Until they make characters that are just completely outclassing her damage, which kind of happens, but this weapon banner is awful. This is literally just, they need a rework for this weapon, because all it is an attack percent weapon. It's awful. Ammo's bow, it's a standard banner weapon, don't roll for it. Look how many standard banner weapons I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 standard banner weapons. So eventually you will get it. Ammo's bow. When? Don't really know. But you will get it. I don't think you should summon on weapon banners if you're only going for Ammo's bow. Or if you're only going for the standard banner weapon, because that is quite idiotic. And also, I have a refinement 2 on Aquila Vivonia, so you can treat that like I have another standard banner weapon. So, while yes, I think Zhongli currently in this game state is the best character in the game, the most valuable character in the game. He literally prevents you from dying, he paralyzes the enemies. You're probably better off summoning for Ganyu, because at this point, Ganyu is the only character in the game in terms of damage who can't be nerfed. Like, so you know how they have the cooldown mechanic for a couple of the domains that you have to do to farm the weekly mats? Yeah, Ganyu doesn't matter for her. I think the enemies are cryo, so you can't actually use Ganyu in there. But if the enemies aren't cryo, then Ganyu just charge attacks, shoots, and they die. Because Ganyu, all it is her charge attack. She doesn't have to worry about any cooldown. It's not like Hu Tao, it's not like Yoimiya, it's not like Ito, who has to worry about energy. Also, they take away energy, those guys. If you don't have energy, they hit through the shield, which is another thing. Like, Zhongli's barely affected, because if you're building a team right, you should have energy. Unless you're exploring around the world and you run out of energy because you just use your ult to kill a couple things. That's all I can say. That's all I think. But yeah, Ganyu, I would say summon on Ganyu, and if you decide to go for Zhongli, you're fine. Like, it's, at this point in the game, we're probably gonna get Sumeru soon. I don't think it's 2.5. It's definitely gonna be 3.0, because I think they are. Also, if you are wanting to know, we are going to go back and rerun through all the Inazuma characters now, because the only character that we haven't gotten to rerun that was before Inazuma is Kazuha, which I'm assuming is just going to be next update. And then they're going to have 2 other banners next update after Kazuha, which will probably be Klee. Actually, no, it's going to be probably Venti. It might be Venti and Klee, because those 2 are 2 characters that got reruns that haven't returned with their 3rd rerun. If you do want Kazuha, which you can definitely skip these banners for Kazuha, I wouldn't. Zhongli, the future has to tell his fate. That is the one thing. I know this video's mostly been about Zhongli. That's because Ganyu, she's just good. That's all you can say about her. She's good. That's all you can say about Ganyu. She's good. And you have to move on, because she provides herself crit rate. Like, everything about her is just good. Whereas Zhongli, he's the only character here that's like, yeah, he's the best character in the game now, but 2 months' time, he could be like one of the worst characters in the game. It just depends. And I hate the fact that happens, but that's how they're gonna build the game. But these banners, the 4 stars, are actually insanely good also, because Beidou, Xingqiu are great, and then Yanfei is a pretty good option too. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Make sure to subscribe if you'd enjoy. Currently, we're at 202 subscribers, so subscribe and we can get to 203, And other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.